The journey of Odysseus, Odyssey, meaning the journey, the wanderer, from the Greek, Odus. Ithaca, a meeting with Penelope, the Hecatic anima mundi, his wife. Why was the Milky Way called the Milky Way? It was said that the milk was the nourishment of souls, and as they descended into honey of Genesis, being inborn into mortal flesh, they fell for pleasures of this world. Now, affirming life heroically, there is some impulse, some instinct that desires to live your life fully, at the same time liberate your spirit back towards the stars. It was said that there are two gates, the Capricornian one and the Cancerian one. Sun in Cancer this summer, that invites the souls onto earth to be reborn. Sun in Capricorn, the Capricornian gate that releases into the stars. Is it an easy process then? Well, in the Mithraic cave, you are certain grades. In all the mysteries, you progress through certain planets. What did it mean to a Hellenic Gnostic to conquer an archon? Archontes meaning the ruling nature of a planet, its deity, its pertaining essence. It means that there are certain rules of ascent. That means that throughout our life we go through certain stages, if all goes well. By incorporating those natures that are complete in the solar system and on earth as we fulfill our duties as a mortal man or woman, if we are concordant, complementary with all those natures and revoked them, incorporated them within, transforming our souls and spirits, then we are free. But until then, there is this walk, starting from Mercury, those messaging, communicative, great words spoken. Venus, the luxurious, exuberant affair of love, erotica, and adornments, Cosmoi, Aphrodites, the indivisible divine mind. On earth, we fulfill ourselves as animals and regain our humanitas, the civilizational humaneness. We educate ourselves, we philosophize, we live through multiple roles in the wheels of fortunes, Boethian wheels of fortunes. Then Moon, the Isle of the Blessed, that was called Selene. Selene means the Isle of the Blessed. We live through our sainthoods and our elevated understandings of naivety and sacredness. Through Mars, the warlike charisma, the anger, the wrath that is tamed and tamed, to withdraw your swords in greater wisdom. Jupiter, that kingly qualities of great lavishness and great attributes worthy of a king or a queen, even if for a moment incorporated, transformed on the alchemical path. Saturn, that old emperor sage, attempting to transmute lead into gold, because power is bringing trouble. The pull of the void. So many were cast into the hells of the lead of Saturn, attempting to reach for the imperial crown. Is there a similitude between you and the emperors of the past? Now, I look it in those orders of Chaldea. The throne of Magoi was in Babylon. The king priests, queen priestesses. Do we go into the era of Uranic astronomy connected with the Neptunian qualities? Or are we already free? Now, is there anything blocking our way? Any cohorts of demons, any hells? If you reflect in them, yes. Otherwise, it is only an issue of gathering keys that open the right gates. Right keys, claves, opening the right gates. You cannot open the gate, even if you find it with the wrong key. Neither you can use the wrong key for the right gate. And it is all about a great walk of transmutation from your early childhood, from your infancy, of how you live, how you walk, toil, sweat, bleed, love and suffer. The greater the nature, the greater the substance to transform. The greater the fall, the greater the rise, if you have a robust, great nature. I have a saying that a master reaches health faster than a fool that ascends to heavens. Why so? Because the master tries to control his fates and to steer himself aright. And here there is the opposition. A fool may not climb high. He's got no control over his fate. But if he lives beautifully and innocently, then that is worthy too. Don't think that you are imprisoned. If you do not go further, that means you aren't ready. How do you imagine with your mortal animal self to be prepared for the voids of the cosmic emptinesses? Voids, abysses, and the perspective of the divine, the great expanse of the divine. Do you find yourself, you poor human mortal soul, equal to the grand wings of souls of the stars? Which you are not. But if you want to reach this fusion, this miracle, this wonder, then you need to walk on that. And this is the true hermetic path. It encloses in those manifold steps throughout life. There are no secrets. The occult, occulted. What is occult, hidden, is only hidden for imbeciles, for fools. You have all the books and knowledge in the world. Just go and live, experience that. Know how to commit to your rites and ceremonies, develop your techniques, participate with the divinities, with gods and goddesses, demons, angeli bonum, demigods, heroes, or even the tonic realms, if must be. But there is no greater walk than a life that is lived to the fullest of the greatest compatibility with the metaphysics of ethics, of powers, of forces. Not everything is relative. And the forces of the universe, the forces, the planets, their natures, may be translated directly into your conduct, greatness, and so on. Into your bestiality, into your idol. That doesn't claim some universalism from the level of mortals. We have no universal morals, no universal ethics, no universal behaviors, minds, qualities, and so on. It is about the proportion from the mortal level, proportion of the substance of your character, ethos, nature, minds, cognitive skills, qualities, talents, and so on, that you pitch towards the objectivities of certain forces above. They are beyond your reach, but in this attempt of proportionalizing, you begin the path, and you inspect and try to understand. You reflect, and hence you receive tokens and signs and symbols of divinities. You may fall. There are forces that may destroy you, obliterate your walk. There's a story about a yogin that was submerged in the greatest sunyata, shamatha, for 70 years. All of a sudden, a little spirit, a narrate, appeared, and it thrown the yogin into discomposure. He turned into anger and wrath, destroying all his work from 70 years. So sometimes, if destinies decide to say no to you, anankeya necessity, then it's done. Yet, in most cases, there is something called tiche, the chance, and that chance should not be wasted. Because sometimes a mortal, a human soul of an infinite small quality, if chance furthers his fortunes, may overcome a titan, a giant. Otherwise, that giant wouldn't be conquered. So like Horatio Flaccus, live your lives nobly, so in the end, you may say, exegi monumentum. You've raised a monolith, a monument to your lives. Perhaps not remembered by mortals, but written in the book of destinies and life by the gods. But remembered by the gods. And what is mortal fame? Nothing. Now, immortal fame, immortal name, keperized, thrice immortalized heart, is something to be into forever. Thank you.